Hello, friends. Hello, my friends. This is Miss T, and I'm here with another video. I thought of something, and I was actually thinking about some things lately. And my question is, have you ever thought that you really had real friends when you were in the organization? Were the friends really your friends? Let's talk about it. But before I start, I ask that you please subscribe to my video, comment, and like if you like the content that I'm going to present to you today. And thank you for joining me. Um, this came across my mind when, let's see, I was thinking about how many friends I actually have that are either former Jehovah Witnesses or that are Jehovah Witnesses that are still in the truth that I actually communicate with. And there really isn't many that I'm close to, you know. There's not a one that I can call upon if I was in need, so I guess I have no friends when it comes to the organization. And I think about the moment when they came knocking to my at my door, and my mom said, "Oh, you can study with my kids," and we kind of formed a bond. When you form a bond with whoever your study conductor is, you talk about a lot of different things, and you feel like they're your friend, you know. And then it's like, as your studying go on, you end up getting invited to the meetings. You go to the meetings, you sit by your study conductor because that's the one that you're close to. You consider that to be your friend. And then when you decide to get a little bit more active in the organization, join the ministry school, start going out in service, start giving talks, you meet a lot of new people who were friendly to you and came up to you and they're willing to help you along the way. You thought that they were your friends. And then you finally, you get baptized and dedicate your life to Jehovah. And now you're realizing that I have a whole lot of friends, in the organization, people who understands where I come from and what I've been going through. Some people share the same experience, as me. And as time goes on, you realize, wow, these people really aren't my friends. It seems like when you get comfortable in the organization and they start, well, I'm going to say when people start getting comfortable with you, they start opening up a little bit more about things. And I've talked about the gossiping, out in the field service and, really feeling like I can't express myself to too many people because I didn't want my business to be shared. But you would always have that one friend with your study conductor. And when I think about it, I commented before when I studied with this particular sister, I felt that she kind of held me back from getting baptized because of whatever she was telling the brothers, that I wasn't quite ready yet. But if you're in the organization and say you're having struggles with different things, it could be dating. Sometimes we get lonely. Sometimes single women are in the congregation, they get kind of lonely. They want a mate, and the only men that are actually, you know, coming up to you that want to court you, that want to date you, are worldly men. And we kind of push them aside. Some of us push them aside, but then some of us end up secretly dating outside of the religion because we do have the desire to want to get married and all that. Can I really share what I'm doing with my closest friend? Absolutely not. Because I have to risk the fact that she may run and go tell the brothers, the elders, about what I'm doing, and I may, get reproved for that. get counseled for how I feel and my thoughts. Knowing that being single is a struggle with me in the organization, I can't really reveal certain things now. I have had some sisters who were close to me that grew up in the organization. They were sneaking around and seeing worldly men, and they told me, and I kept their secret. I'm not going to say anything, but it's like eventually it came to light what they were doing, and I saw what the repercussions were, by them doing that, dating outside the world or sneaking and having boyfriends outside the world. But it's like you can only open up so much. And when you look at the definition of a friend, that's somebody you should be able to, it should be somebody that you can trust, somebody who is loyal, somebody who will keep your secrets and advise you when you need counseling, somebody you really can trust and, depend on to have your back and be there for you. And when I think about it, it's like, no, they really weren't my true friends. I can say some of the older people that I hung around that have passed away were the ones that I can really confide in. Why? Because they understood where I was coming from, and I know they wouldn't have told, you know. And I think with the older ones, a lot of times they realize, my younger friends, it's like they're gonna pretty much do. Most friends are gonna do in the organization, they're going to do the right thing. If you're going astray, going the wrong way, they're going to talk to the elders about it, let them know so you can get counsel, because that's what you need to talk to the brothers. But I've had some friends who have passed away, now in the truth, that I actually can tell all that information to, and they never judge me. I'm going to say two, and they were older women. And all of the friends that I've loose. It's like I think in the organization, the word friends is used loosely. Like we know we're not all close to everybody. We don't trust everybody. Everybody isn't loyal to us, but there are friends. It's like we use the term pretty loosely. Like I say, hey, welcome my friends. And I really don't know everybody. Um, but if you're here with me and you're listening with me, you're a friend of mine. I used to think everybody who showed me some kindness was my friend, and then they end up turning their back on me or doing some unkind things to me where we couldn't really be friends anymore. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt until they decide that they don't want to be my friend anymore, and that's okay. Sometimes you get hurt, sometimes we have a problem. Like when I knew I was ready to leave, there were certain people I had a hard time trying to kind of telling them how I really feel, especially about the child molestation stuff that really got to me. So I couldn't really talk to them about, I'm just done with this. I just slowly had to leave. And I think, they call it fading, and that's the best way to kind of do it. I had to work, so I kept myself busy with work, and I was like, hey, I got to work. Yeah, I would make it to the meetings, but I have to work, and I just used that as an excuse. So eventually they didn't see me anymore, but my real reasonings for that, I wouldn't even talk to them about it after that one incident I had with a sister who went off when I told her, when I even brought the subject matter up about the child molestation. So I'm not going to tell other people, hey, I'm not really feeling that. I'm not going to be a part of this religion anymore. You just kind of fade away. You have to understand that, true friendships are not going to lie in the organization. Now, if you're both very active in the organization, and you're doing God's work, if you're a married couple, I say married couples will probably survive through it more than, single people, as far as maintaining friendships in the organization. But if you're with somebody who's on the same page with you, of course, I mean, you can probably have a true friend to the end until something happens. and your friends start going astray, of course you're not gonna. It is encouraged that you don't keep association with someone who is not as close to Jehovah as they used to be. So if a person like me who's kind of fading away and you don't see them anymore and they really can't encourage you, or they're really not out in the field service and they're not preaching about God, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing while they're in the religion, of course you can be a Jehovah Witness, and still get slighted a little bit, and they won't really communicate with you because you're not as active as you should be. Most of my friends that I've grown to trust, that has shown me their loyalty, that has been there for me whenever I needed advice, I can say all those people are not Jehovah Witnesses and never were. They I've always said people who've known me from when I was younger, those are my friends. And I never really gave the opportunity for new people to get that close to me because I didn't trust them and I felt like they didn't know me, you know. And I didn't really share a whole lot with people. But when I found out, I find myself going through certain situations, the ones that I felt comfortable with talking to about things that have um, that they can relate to, that they've been through, and they can help advise me on, or guide me through and give me advice, whatever, was the people who were worldly. They were more compassionate than any of my friends in the truth, because mostly they're going to say in an organization, they're going to say, well, you got to pray more to Jehovah, trust in Jehovah, talk to the elders, let them counsel you, and, they show you some scriptures in the Bible, and it's still not really solving the problems, whatever you're having. It's just basically they're telling you to stay focused on doing, the preaching work, get out and field service more. Stay focused on the Christian, material, reading the Bible, whatever. A lot of the things that I, would have issues with, that I've had issues with throughout, the time that I've been out, I know I couldn't talk to no Jehovah Witness about it. I can't say, oh, my friend, my true friend, who's a Jehovah Witness, is going to be there for me. They weren't. And some of my friends who were Jehovah Witnesses, some of them went astray. They left the truth as well, and we still were friends, but eventually we grew apart because we were not on the same page. They took a turn down a road where I wouldn't even, I probably peeked down the road, but I'm not going to walk down the road, I just chose not to do it. So it's like we're I can't even say that I have any friends that are Jehovah Witnesses anymore. And it's kind of sad because, when you're growing up and you're younger and you have these bonds with people and you have these memories of friendships when you were younger, these are the people you think about because that was part of your life. But, you know, in our reality, you have to realize that your true friends were not them. Your true friends are the ones who support you, who trust you, who are loyal to you, who are willing to be there for you whenever you're in need. Those are your true friends. And I can't say that I actually had one that was in the organization. Like I said, I got advice from a couple of older people, and I'm gonna say even like my family members who were older as well, but no. So when you leave now and people are fading away, it's like how sad it is because, you know, a lot of you are going to be out there on your own. And you have to realize some of you don't even have family. So you're not going to have family, you're not going to have friends, you're going to be out there on your own, you know. And true friends will come your way, but you have to stay alert and be wise and don't fall for anything that doesn't fit your beliefs, as far as if somebody asking you to come out of your comfort zone to try something that you're not comfortable with, you may want to slowly go into that and, think about it if it will benefit you. But I must say, being a hairstylist and meeting people really helped me develop. Some of my friends now are my clients that I've known for years, that I've done hair for them for years, and they're the best. It's like they're always there. They're never trying to do anything to harm me. I have had Jehovah Witness friends, former Jehovah Witness friends who've left the organization, that try to push me out into, why don't you try this and why don't you try that and why don't you? It's like, why do you want me to try all these things? You do you want to see me, harmed in the end? I have genuine friends out in the world who would never even make those suggestions because they know the type of person that I am. And it's okay with being you. You don't have to change for anybody just to have a friend. You know, Finding friends, you want to find friends who you can relate to. That's going to be, I guess I always say, on the same page as you, that's going to want the same things as you. And somebody, when you're going through things, they're willing to listen. If you have a friend that never wants to listen and never want to shut up, and they always want to talk about them and what they do, and it's all about them, you may want to think twice about even socializing with that person because they're not interested in you. Sometimes this road, you have to learn how to walk alone for a while. You will develop friendships, but you have to learn more open because, of course, when we were in the organization, we were taught not even to socialize with witnesses. People who are worldly, we'll work with them. We may see them out on the street. We really didn't socialize with them. So now that you're out, you might want to socialize a little bit. Like I said, go out, see, you got to go out, got to meet people. I always went out, had drinks, cocktails, had dinner with them, talked to them, and if I felt like that they're not the type of person that I want to stay in association with, I didn't. And a lot of my friends, I don't call them every day, but when I do call, they're there. Excuse me. They don't always call me and ask me for stuff. But when they're in need, I'm here to listen. Whenever they call me and they want to do something, I'm always here. We always get busy in our lives where we fall into the working, doing what we need to do. If we have outside activities outside of work or whatever, we've gotten involved with other organizations or whatever we're doing for the community or whatnot. We all have our own schedule and things that we do. But it's nice to know that when you pick up the phone and call somebody, you know exactly who's your friend. And if you have to question your friendships amongst a whole group of people that are supposed to be walking on the same road leading to paradise earth, and you really can't trust them, well, that's up to you if you want to stay in that situation or if you want to leave. But since those of you who are former witnesses that left, don't be afraid to allow people to get to know you and to open up a little bit and talk. And like I say, if conversations don't go the way they should with you, if you don't feel comfortable with certain people, then hey, keep a distance. It's nice to be cordial. It's nice to have you can have a bunch of associates. That's a word we don't use. A lot, we want to call everybody our friend when actually they're just associates. These are people that I associate with, but they don't, they're not really close to me as a friend, you know, they're associates. So, like I said, we use the word friends kind of loosely. And in order to save yourself a lot of heartache, you got to know what you want and know what type of people that you want to hang around, that you want to keep the company with. And I'm glad to say that I have white friends, black friends, gay friends, older friends, younger friends, people that I know that I can talk to, that's willing to listen and I can trust, and that means more to me now than ever. It's like always having somebody that's there when you need them. That's the greatest feeling. You don't always have to be in their company, but knowing that they're there, you know, that's a real friend. If they always show up when you need them, that's a real friend. And I had to work on that too, showing up for them when they needed me. I had to learn how to be a real friend, because when we're in the organizations, we're only your friend if you are doing the right thing. And when you decide to not do the right thing, well, you're no longer a friend, right? So I hope this information has helped you. And feel free to like it, comment, please comment and subscribe. And I will see you again when I come up with another video about a topic that I have to deal with. I like sharing my information with you, and I hope that you're interested, that it interests you, and I hope that it has helped you in some kind of way, because believe me, watching the videos of the former Jehovah's Witnesses, a lot of their experiences I've experienced, and I enjoyed hearing about it and how, you know, um, they overcame it. They're transitioning out of the organization into the world. So you have a good evening, have a good night, and until next time, bye, my friends.